Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Again Timirandasya. Gyananjana Shlakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 2, with commentary by Srila Visvanatha Cakravarti Thakur. Sutta Goswami, in beginning to answer the questions of the sages of Naimisharanya, first offered his respects to Shukadev, the original speaker of the Bhagavatam. Now he goes on to say, Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayat. This is a wonderful prayer and it is used in beginning the readings of the Bhagavatam many times. It says, after offering my respectful obeisances unto the presiding deities who look over this earth, Nara and Narayan Rishi, and unto the subject of this work, Krishna, and unto the Shakti of the work, Saraswati, and unto the sage entrusted with this work, Srila Vyasadeva, one should now utter the word Jai. The commentary. After offering respects to Guru, Sutta offer respects to Devata, the presiding deity. Nara and Narayan are designated as presiding deities of this work, since they have authority over the place. Vyas first wrote the work in Badak Ashram, where Nara and Narayan presided. So they oversee this work. The Devata, or the subject of the Bhagavatam, is Krishna, Narottama. Saraswati is the Shakti. She is the power behind. She illuminates the words. The word Cha indicates the Rishis, the sage, the Rishi or the sage of the work, who is Vyasadeva. Some editions have the word Vyasam instead of Chaiva. That makes the meaning clear. The Bij is Om. The meter is Gayatri. Since the first verse of the Bhagavatam begins with Om, with reference to Gayatri, Dimahi, having offered respects to these persons, one should utter the word Jai, calling out to Krishna with raised hands, Jai Shri Krishna. This book is in the glorification of Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, all victory to Krishna. Sutta teaches the sages of the Puranas to do the same. Chant, Jai, Jai. In this way, he instructs them. Now we are beginning this work. To hear this work, we offer our respects to the presiding deities, Nara and Narayan, who oversee the work, the empowerment of the words coming through Saraswati, and the Rishi, the original compiler, Vyasadeva. Now in glorification of Krishna, everyone chant, Jai, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. Jai also refers to the scripture because one can conquer samsara by studying it. Jai is a victory call. That by reciting and hearing the Bhagavatam, one conquers over the samsara, the repetitions of birth and death. So the meaning would be, one should then speak the Bhagavatam, Jayam. The word tata, meaning next. Tata describes the subject. Let me describe tata, the subject, which is Krishna. Thus, tato jayam udirayat means the speaker should utter jai in the glorification of Krishna. He goes on, text 5, that was text 4. Text 5, O sages, you have asked good questions about what is beneficial for the world. What is the most beneficial thing for mankind? And because you have asked questions which direct us to the subject of Krishna, the intellect will become immediately satisfied. Commentary. It has been said that Sutta respects the words of the sages. This verse describes that respect. O sages, O Munaya. The question is very good, because I have been asked about what is auspicious for this world. Why is that good? You have asked questions about Krishna, who is the source of all auspiciousness. All sorts of questions about Krishna. By such questions about Krishna, the intellect will become satisfied. In my experience, that by such questions about Krishna alone, the intellect immediately becomes satisfied. Text 6. Now let me tell you about what is the best thing for mankind. The Supreme Dharma for all of humankind is called sadhana bhakti. And it leads to prema bhakti, to the Lord. The Supreme Dharma for all human beings is that by which prema bhakti to the Lord arises, by which love for Krishna awakens within our heart, which is not caused by any other thing but bhakti itself. This process cannot be obstructed, and it completely satisfies the mind and the heart. The answer to the second questions of the sages. What is the essence, the final essence of all Shastra? That essence would be the highest Dharma and the most beneficial thing for mankind. And this is the hearing and chanting about the Lord. Later on in the Bhagavatam it says, that is the only means for attaining the final perfection of life. Therefore, persons whose minds are fixed on the Lord engage in this intensive practice of devotional service, beginning with hearing and chanting. By this statement, the word para, along with dharma, para dharma, meaning the highest dharma, indicates bhakti yoga. Itavyam eva shi, the para dharma, the essence of all scriptures, is bhakti yoga, by which prema bhakti, the awakening of love for Godhead, appears. It arises without any cause, a haitaki. Haitaki means that it is self-independent. It doesn't need any other thing. Itself will ignite love of Krishna. Hearing and chanting, those things connected with Krishna will awaken within us our natural love for Krishna. Dharma consisting of hearing and chanting about the Lord is called sadhana bhakti, the practice of bhakti. And in its mature state is called prema bhakti. It's like the seed growing to the tree, becoming the fruit. There are stages. You plant a seed, you water it, gradually the tree grows, it becomes a full tree full of branches and leaves and so forth, and then the fruit manifests. So bhakti is similar. The beginning is planting the seed within the heart through the process of hearing and chanting. That is called sadhana bhakti. And adau guru para pada ashrayam means that in the beginning we should also take shelter of a spiritual master who imparts within us this wisdom so that we can understand, and the mantra by which we can have that seed of bhakti grow. That mature state is called prema. Both are called bhakti. Sadhana, beginning, or the practice of bhakti, and prema bhakti, the fruit, or the mature manifestation of love for Krishna through the process of sadhana. The devotee possesses a body with ecstatic symptoms of prema, developed through sadhana bhakti. Here they give the example, or Srila Visvanatha Cakravarti Thakur gives, like an unripe mango will gradually become a ripe mango. So in the same way that sadhana bhakti becomes ripened into pure love for Krishna. Considering one the cause of the other is simply a conception for understanding. But it is the same fruit. There is no difference. It is gradually maturing. Bhakti has to mature. Our practice allows that to mature. Therefore, the devotee has to practice devotion. That is called sadhana bhakti, or go through a prescription of methods by which that bhakti will mature. It's like getting healthy. The doctor will give a prescription. That prescription allows us to become, again, in full health. What to eat, what is our diet, what activities we should perform, so forth. So sadhana bhakti is similar. There is a prescription given to us by the spiritual master, and he prescribes to us that method by which ultimately that mango fruit becomes ripened, or the fruit of bhakti becomes ripened, prem bhakti. Though sadhana bhakti and prem are not actually different things, it can be conceived of as the various states of infancy, youth, adulthood in one person. We're the same person. We begin as a child, we grow. Bhakti also grows like that. So it is a similar example. Bhakti, text 7, is dedicated to Lord Krishna, endowed with special moods or rasas, quickly producing detachment from material goals and knowledge of the Lord, devoid of desire for liberation. What form does the satisfaction of the mind take? Satisfaction of the mind is filled with knowledge and experience of the form, the qualities, and the sweetness of the Lord. Just like you may have a recipe for making some food preparation. Take the ghee, put it in the pot, toast the seeds, so many different things, stages to that full experience of the delectable taste of what you're cooking. Ultimately, full satisfaction of the mind takes place, but there is a procedure, a formula, how to prepare the heart, what to do, how to engage in devotion to Krishna. Then gradually, one gets the taste, the pure taste of love for Krishna. Devotion, direct experience of the Supreme Lord, and detachment from other things. These three occur simultaneously for one who has taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the same way that pleasure, nourishment, and relief from hunger comes simultaneously increasingly with each bite for a person engaged in eating. There are stages. So even in eating, there's the taste of that great pleasure, plus it nourishes the body, and plus it frees us from that relief from hunger. So different stages are there, even in eating. So the process of devotional service allows that maturity to take place, gradually coming to the highest spiritual perfection. Material results are not suitable as a goal for the person dedicated to higher spiritual goals. We're dealing with the para dharma, the highest dharma. We're not interested in the secondary results of dharma, arth, kam. They will come automatically. We don't have to be concerned with that. Dharma, arth, kam, moksha, that all is included. We will naturally, by the practice of our Vaishnava dharma or bhakti yoga, Then gradually, everything that takes place shapes within our life for all good fortune, because Krishna is behind everything, all good fortune. Even what appears to be negative is actually our good fortune, because it allows us to grow spiritually. So Krishna looks after us. When we become Krishna's devotee, he looks after us and sees that we are growing spiritually, step by step. Even if we falter, even if we make some mistakes, Krishna is there like a loving father, always seeing to the well-being of his devotee. So material results are not the supreme goal for one who is dedicated to higher spiritual subjects. Attainment of material assets is not the desire of the person who is dedicated to the higher path. So the process of Dharma, Arth, Kam, and Moksha, we're not really interested. Dharma, Arth, okay, that will come. Some pleasure may be there, Kam. Liberation is also included. All is included. It is not that we focus on practicing Dharma to achieve the higher goals of Arth and Kam and Moksha like that. No. We want the Paradharma, that which will give us that pure love for Krishna, and everything else is included. Srila Prabhupada used to say, if you pour water on the root of the tree, the whole tree is nourished. So if we practice the process of devotional service, naturally our life becomes fulfilled in all ways. And as we said, and if there is anything negative, that is also Krishna's mercy to help us grow spiritually. Commentary, there are 4 types of persons in the world. There are karmis and gyanis and yogis and bhaktas. It is said, dharma arthas cha kamas cha sakim artham nasevite. From performance of dharma comes artha and kam. Can dharma not be used for any purpose? Thus, the result of performance of dharma is arth, acquisition of material results. The result of material acquisition, kam, gratification of the senses. The result of kam, pleasure of the senses. When the senses are pleased for further gain of pleasure, one executes the sequence, starting with dharma again. This is the path of the karmis, but this does not apply to the gyanis, yogis, and devotees. Dharma in this verse refers to mind and senses for the gyani through the practice of yam and niyam. So according to our conception, whether a person who is seeking material results, he is called karmi, a gyani is seeking wisdom, yogi is seeking liberation, the bhaktas are seeking pure love for Krishna. So the concept then becomes different. The wording may be the same, but the concept is different. Our process is the practice of dharma for the purpose of prem bhakti. The apavarga is liberation for the gyanis and the yogis, but it is prem bhakti for the devotee. Apavarga means liberation, freedom from the connection with the material world. It is considered liberation for the gyanis and the yogis. But for the devotee, what is liberation in the ultimate sense? It is the attainment of pure love for Krishna. In Bharatvarsha, the many destinations, heaven, human, hellish, are prescribed or described. People take birth according to their actions in sattva, in rajas, and tamas. And all these goals are prescribed for the self according to the quality of one's actions, as indicated in the Vedas. Ultimately, then, liberation is achieved. But they have asked, O Sutta Goswami, please describe those topics of the Lord by which Maharaj Parikshit, whose intelligence was fixed on the ultimate liberation, apavarga, attained to the lotus feet of the Lord, that form of liberation by which one achieves Krishna's lotus feet. These are the topics that were vibrated by the son of Vyas, Sri Shukadev. This verse will come up later. Therefore, the desire of the Advaita practitioner should be not for attaining material results. We are not reading the Bhagavatam for just some material piety. Someone may think, I can read the Bhagavatam and gain material piety because it is Dharma. Then I'll get good results in art or calm. Like, the purpose of hearing the Bhagavatam is actually the paradharma of awakening our natural love for Krishna. That is the reason we are chanting the Bhagavat, and that is the reason we are hearing the Bhagavatam. And so devotee may use the material assets for the service of the Lord and his devotees. That is clear, but the goal is one, and that is the final attainment, love for Krishna. And that is from the very beginning of our bhakti, the sadhana, to the highest stage of awakening our natural ras with Krishna. And this is the path that the Bhagavatam itself leads us on. Jai Gaur Premanandi Hari Bol Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.